I'm not an art guy, so I don't look, it's a painting. You know? Like the Mona Lisa don't do that for me, man. First of all, it's a dude. So it's a dude. I mean, what are we talking about? Am I wrong?
No, you talking about the Mona Lisa?
Is the Mona Lisa and it a dude?
No.
The Mona Lisa is a dude. John, am I tripping? I'm tripping.
Yes.
No. Welcome to Off the Bench. I'm DeMarcus.
And I'm Ty.
And as y'all can see, check out the fresh logo. Let us know what you think. You know, trying to change things up a little bit. But yeah, I just messed that intro all the way up. But
I can't wait to the meme.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah. That's every time I try to let you get caught up in there, and I got myself caught up in that.
Gotcha.
So Ty, how was you? I know you was telling me a few minutes ago off camera you was up all night, man. What had you up all night?
I don't know, man. Just one of them nights you just up all night.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a good week.
Yeah.
Shout out to John. John birthday this week.
Yeah, happy birthday, John. Happy birthday, John.
John turned what, big 32, right?
Yeah.
32. Yep.
Okay.
My birthday is this week.
Yeah. What you turning?
32.
32.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
And then my birthday in December, I'll be 36.
Okay.
So so I got y'all babies a little bit. Y'all some babies, a little bit. Y'all some babies, some pups to me.
And then we got football back.
Yes, football.
Steelers represent.
Yeah, I saw that.
He liked it.
I
Yeah.
saw that.
And then you got college football coming back. This is a great month.
Yeah,
I don't care what nobody says. This is the best month of the year.
And like I said, so that's why this episode, I thought about you, Ty. I said we're gonna talk nothing but NFL. I'm not gonna segue to basketball. I'm gonna leave basketball alone.
Yeah.
So
it's not that time right now.
This episode, the next few episodes, we're gonna talk a lot about football.
I like that.
So that's why I said we're gonna do our thing there. So today's episode is important because it's talking about NFL, what's going on right now, especially in the running back department.
Yeah.
So, today's episode, like I said, is NFL owners versus NFL running backs. That's the title of today. So, as you're watching the video, make sure you comment down below. Let us know what you think about today's topic. So how I want to get into it, let's just get right into it, man. Let's talk about the financial state of the running back.
Yeah.
It's a, and the reason why I say that because it's really turned into it's a passing league.
Mm-hmm.
So as you've been seeing, things in the news and what you've been seeing going on with the running backs this off season it's unlike something we've ever seen when it comes to how they're being treated.
Yeah.
And then also too contracts. Nobody wants to pay them. So let's talk about the financial state of the running back. What you think about that right now?
That's just one of them hard things where it's like, we used to be in the league where running backs take, 70-80% of the workload now, but now the quarterbacks you see quarterbacks throwing it 60-70% of the time now. Yeah. So running backs if you're not a pass catching running back, you're pretty much obsolete.
Yeah.
But with this running back market, every 4 years you can get another Ezekiel Elliott. Every 4 years you can get another whoever.
Yeah.
Just look at what Detroit did. They got rid of Swift and Jamal Williams just to get Jamar Gibbs out of Alabama.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott, which I told you, I hope John can find this because I think about it a lot.
Man,
I told him that Ezekiel Elliott would not be on the team next year, and he was like, "No, man, you gotta keep." That, I promise you,
you gotta find that, John. Find that clip.
This was around Christmas.
I don't remember that.
This was around Christmas. I think we was at your house when we did this episode. I can't remember, but I know we was at John's house and we was talking about the running back market at that time too. And he was like, "No, we got to keep both of them." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "No, Zeke is gonna be gone."
Okay, well,
Zeke is gone.
He's gone. He is that. Yeah.
Oh, you asked me who was the bust in the league.
That's what it was.
And I said Zeke.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
I don't think I was. I ain't no Dallas fan. So I don't think I was pushing for Dallas for him to be on the team. But that makes more sense. That we were talking about who was gonna be the one that's basically who gonna get chosen, Pollard or him. And you did say Zeke. I remember that now.
With like Leonard Fournette, you don't see power running backs anymore. It's more straight wide receiver running backs. And you got even Bijan Robinson, the rookie coming in for Atlanta. You know, they got Cordell Patterson, a great pretty much wide receiver
running back,
but he's finna be obsolete now because Bijan Robinson can come in, be a power back and a running back. So power back and a wide receiver back. He's doing really good in the spring ball. I think running backs is gonna be obsolete now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man, because I feel like they're in a position where if they do well, it hurts them because it's like, okay, you might have all-purpose yards. You had over 3,000 all-purpose yards, receiving yards 1,000, and then over 2,000 rushing. But then the owners are looking at you as a player that's being beat down by the load that you're carrying for their team. Just like Saquon Barkley. being 80% of Giants offense. Yeah. And they looking at him like, hey man, we really can't give you that long-term deal and give you the guarantee money that you're trying to get.
Yeah, but he's pretty much the face of that franchise.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is crazy because you paid Daniel Jones $50 million.
That's what I'm saying. So that's where we're coming to a point. It's like, man, you're telling the running back or you're telling that position across the NFL that, yeah, we know we need you, but at the same time, we don't want to show appreciation to you to what you provide for our team, especially like you said, when you're literally our offense.
Yeah.
Because like he was a leading receiver and leading rusher last year. And without him, Daniel Jones don't have nothing of a year like he had last year.
Yeah, and I pretty much know that they're going to rely on him again. Yeah. I mean, he's only getting $13 million this year.
Oh, now he signed you talking about Saquon?
Saquon, yeah.
But he signed a 1-year deal for $11 million.
And then with the initiatives and stuff like that,
it's like $13 million. It's like $13 million. So for 1 year, he's going to get $13 million.
Yeah, which his franchise tag was only like $9
million. Yeah. So the way they constructed it, he makes more money doing it this way. But like to me, it just puts him in a bad spot because, like I say, 1-year deal. God forbid he get hurt or something. Now he's messed up for the next contract.
Look at Josh Jacobs.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, he led the league in rushing last year.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't he win your fantasy? Did you win fantasy this year?
No, I lost to Nate. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, but he pretty much won people fantasy this year because he was a leading rusher. So.
No, he lost. I lost to Nate, but then Nate lost to Tim. Yeah, that's what happened there.
Okay.
That's why I said I got Nate this year though.
Yeah, as long as Nate don't win, I'm fine. I don't care.
I got this number this year. But yeah, that's true though. Yeah, he fantasy football. Of course, he was a great asset on your team, but then just in the NFL in general, like I said, between the rushing and what he did, receiving, blocking. I mean, everything he did for that team, and he still ain't even signed his franchise tag yet.
No, and I don't think he will.
And I don't think he will either.
Yeah.
A lot of reports I'm seeing, he's leaning towards sitting out and just kind of staying in shape, because like I say, and I look at him like, I get it because quarterback situations kind of upside down right now. I mean, I think Jimmy G is supposed to be the starter.
Yeah, well, of course he is.
He's gonna be the starter, but like I say, and then Devontae Adams just got hurt in practice.
You don't have Waller no more.
Yeah, you don't have Waller. You don't have your tight end no more.
They was thinking about trading Hunter. What's the name?
Was it Hunter Renfrow?
Yeah, that was thinking about trading him.
That's their second best receiver. Or slot receiver anyway. So I think he's looking at just the uncertainty of the team and the direction of the team. Just don't know where they're going. So that's why he's not in such a hurry to sign a franchise tag with them. But then also too, what really stuck out to me with this topic was Jim Irsay versus Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
Because Taylor came out and asked for a trade. Do you think he was right for asking for that trade? And then on the flip side, Jim Irsay said, "Ain't no way I'm trading you."
Yeah.
So that's where you're starting to see now it's more of a public battle.
Yeah. I seen something where they said when Andrew Luck retired, they didn't have the obligation to pay him, but they still paid him throughout his retirement.
They did.
But you don't want to pay Jonathan Taylor, who is your number one offense. You're coming in, you basically running a whole fresh new offense.
Rookie quarterback.
Wide receivers are mid at best. And then your running back is saying, hey, I want to trade because y'all not doing nothing or giving me nothing to make me want to stay here. So, I mean, and then in this market, what are you going to get for Jonathan Taylor? Well, he led the league in rushing 2 years ago.
Yeah, because he was hurt. He was hurt this past season. Yeah.
Teams are probably going to give him a second-round pick.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and that's the other side of it, too, that people are missing out. It's like, even if you do trade him, you're not going to get the quality that you're looking for in draft picks. Because like I said, nobody's going to give up a first-round pick for a running back. Because, like I said, they're just not looking at that position like they used to. So now I'm wondering what happens with it. What do you think happens with the running back position because of what we're seeing, like where it's trending? Because I can't remember a time ever watching football and the running back not be an important piece.
Yeah.
Even though, like I say, it is an important piece, you gotta have it. But like you said, every year in the draft, I can get me a running back.
What they said, the last running back that had 100 yards in the Super Bowl was like LeGarrette Blount when he played for the Patriots.
Yeah,
and that was how long ago? 10 plus years ago.
Yeah, that's 10, almost 10 years ago.
Yeah. So I think somebody said as you growing up and you still want to be a running back, hey, switch positions. go ahead and just switch positions.
I mean, because you look at the wear and tear that your body takes for being in that position, and then coming into the NFL. That's why I said what you're seeing right now. I think it's going to speak to a lot of young players, like you said, that's coming up. That is a running back. It's like, wait a minute. It's not only like are they treating running backs bad, but they treating the best in the league bad. So we're not talking about like just ordinary running backs that aren't really getting the job done. We're talking about top tier running backs. Yeah. 3 of the best in the league between Taylor, Jacobs, and then Barkley, and they're struggling to get compensated for what they're doing.
Yep.
And they're not asking for a lot of money. Like you look up what the guarantee that they're asking for is not a lot of money.
No, it's not.
Compared to what the quarterbacks and wide receivers and the defensive players are getting, is nowhere near that. I mean, what, 15 million?
Yeah.
And so that's just like I don't know what happens to the position now with all this going on.
It's gonna be a 5-wide receiver, 5-wide league.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna run it first down, to run the timeout, but it's gonna be a point where it's gonna be hard to get a 100-yard rusher.
Yeah.
Look at Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah. He's still sitting out there. Yeah. I saw that they Kareem Hunt, they released, let him go, and Kareem Hunt, he's sitting out there in the free agent pool.
I think he visit somebody, or he's finna sign with somebody.
I think it was Minnesota, and
I think he's gonna go to Minnesota.
Yeah, I think it was Minnesota and some other team.
Which is not bad for Minnesota because you got Kareem Hunt and Mattis.
Yeah, exactly. So that's not too bad of a backfield.
But look at all the running backs that changed teams this year. You got Miles Sanders.
Yep.
Like I said, DeAndre Swift.
Yep.
Montgomery.
Yep.
Who else is there? Tampa Bay. I don't even know who Tampa Bay.
I don't think.
Bijan Robinson coming in.
Yeah, with Leonard Fournette being gone, I don't know who Tampa got coming in. Yep. But it kind of reminds me now, like looking back at football, you look at when NFL the fullback position, like how it became obsolete, and now it's no longer in football. I mean, you got offensive linemen and defensive linemen playing fullback and goal line position to block. Because like now that position is completely gone. The Mike Allstotts of the world, all them dudes, they no longer exist.
I thought it was going to be a point where tight ends was going to be gone.
Yeah.
It's like you just said, the same thing. You can bring an extra tackle in, cover him up, and he's an extra blocker on the line. But
I mean, if you think about it, Travis Kelce's of the world,
he's a wide receiver. Wide receiver.
You know what I'm saying? They're not. I mean, Darren Waller's like the only one that's like I would say, a top name for tight ends that's still like that tight end, like that tight end build and look. But like everybody else, they're all like they're wide receivers. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Andrews, I would say he's probably still like a tight end.
Yeah.
Because he don't have that, that build like a wide receiver. But the rest of the guys that are top tier, they're all, to me, they're wide receivers. They're an extended wide receiver on just that happen to line up on the line and then take off.
Yeah.
They can run routes and catch just like wide receivers.
For sure.
So, that's why I say I don't know what's gonna happen, but it is a place that we're in that it looks like in the next 5 to 10 years, I don't know if it'll be called a running back. Because like you just talking about too, with Patterson from Atlanta, like a Peterson from Atlanta being a hybrid wide receiver running back. I think that's gonna become more prominent as football go on, because like, hey, we throwing the ball 70-80% of the time now anyway.
Yeah.
Do we really need somebody to be back there in the backfield, being a running back the whole time? We can just move them around and put them in different spots. Like I said, play more, 5 wide. And I think a lot of it too is just the NFL recognize higher scoring games, the more viewership too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that's what
nobody want to see, a slugfest in the West. They want to see points.
Yeah.
So especially with this gambling pretty much taking it as well.
That part too. So it's like when you got that aspect of it, it's like, hey, between spreads and points and all the different things that are being pushed towards professional sports. I think that's why you're seeing the look at different positions be different.
Yeah, for sure.
Or the whole mindset behind that position is different. So what do you think, or what do you think running backs could do to kind of either stop what's coming, or do they change positions? What do you think running backs need to do in order to stay relevant on the field?
I think NFL is different from other sports.
Okay.
To me, I feel like they don't stick together like they should.
Okay.
Like you just see, like I said, Jacobs didn't sign. Like they said, he was in the parking lot in his car.
Okay.
With Max Crosby ready to sign his tag. They didn't offer him any money. Didn't even give him a deal.
Wow.
That's mind blowing right there.
Yeah.
So I would say they need to stick together. And 2, just
now I did see some about what's my running back from Tennessee?
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. Yeah. I did see him say something about potentially having some type of NFL running back meeting, like bringing all the running backs together, kind of like what they did with tight ends. Travis Kelce and them did with their tight ends, brought them to like tight end U and started really developing that brotherhood. And I think what Derrick Henry is trying to do is do the same thing with running back, and maybe like where they can be more on the same accord when it comes to these negotiations and when it comes to the treatment of them in their position. That would be a good idea for them, because like I said, because right now it does, like say you see, which I get it. It's like, hey, look, man, I play for the Raiders, you play for Tennessee, you play for, so we're both being looked at totally different by the fan base and by the ownership and just in general of usage on our team. So I can see how it's individual, but I think, like I said, when you're talking about keeping that position alive and at the same time making sure everybody's getting paid accordingly, then you got to come together some kind of way for that position to stay alive.
Look at like Kansas City. Like Kansas City.
Yeah, they didn't have a running back.
Yeah, what's his name? Pachenko.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good.
All them guys was like pretty much
fill-ins. Yeah, 5 running backs pretty much.
Yeah, it was all fill-ins, so they didn't really. I mean, they ran the ball every now and then, but most times, like I said, come out of the backfield, catch the ball, be a relief for Pat Mahomes to throw the ball to if no one else is open.
Pretty much make plays.
Yep.
And everything is sideline to sideline, and nothing is up the field anymore.
Yeah.
So
that's why I say we'll have to see, man. So I'm curious. So do you think? Let's see. So you got Jacobs ain't signed. I know Pollard signed his
he's at practice
franchise tag. So pretty much everybody signed except for Josh. Do you think he sits out this season, or do you think he sits? What do you think he does?
It's gonna be hard, because what if he run into a situation like Le'Veon Bell? Pretty much Le'Veon Bell didn't get the money that he wanted.
And he held out for a long time.
Held out a whole season. Went to the Jets and wouldn't say he was a bust, but he do what he was supposed to.
Yeah,
and now
his career was forever changed on him sitting out. And like when he did play, you could just tell he had lost something.
And then he's talking on Instagram and social media talking about, I wish I would have signed that franchise tag. So
now he
canceling
on retracting his idea of not signing. So that could be a good thing too as well. Like all that, so guys recognize, hey man,
I think one thing the NFLPA needs to do is make it where you can't multi-franchise tag people. That's the hard thing, because you multi-franchise tagging them, you just keep tagging. Same thing with Kirk Cousins. They got to the point where Kirk Cousins just
knew
guaranteed money. Pretty much, you had either you give him $30 million or you let him go.
Yeah. I think they did like what almost three seasons.
Three
seasons where they gave him, he got $90 million in 3 years on franchise tag.
Yeah.
So
either you do it one time and that's it for that player, and that's the best thing that you can do, honestly.
Yeah, and I think that would also shine more light on the position, because now it's like, okay, you do it one time. Now, okay, he can go out. Either you got to pay him or he can go out and get paid somewhere.
Yes,
that's just that's your option. But right now, like you said, because we can franchise tag him as many times we want, then we can worry about this. Maybe, like I say, if he can make it through these next couple of years and he don't have a problem and he performs like he's to perform, or he needs to perform for us, and we're winning and doing well, then we'll really talk about. Like I said, Jim Irsay said, he told me, we're not even going to talk about a contract this season.
Or a trade.
Don't even ask about it. So that kind of puts the player in a bad spot, because like, man, your own guy that runs a team don't want to talk to you about the future, and basically telling he ain't finna trade you somewhere to have a better future. So that's why I said that's the unfortunate spot that he's in. So let's talk a little bit about Hall of Fame class. So the Hall of Fame class,
NFL or NBA?
NFL. Yeah, we all NFL day.
I was saying the NBA was last night.
No, we ain't gonna talk. Okay. We're gonna say that we'll get into NBA, on another episode. But today, like I said, we're keeping all NFL. So let's talk about class of 2023. What'd you think of the class? Did you think was there anybody that was in that list that shocked you, or were you?
You get viewers the rundown of
all right. So people. So let's talk about who was in it. So you had Joe Thomas.
Okay.
You had Rondé Barber. You had Don Coryell. You had Darren Revis, Chuck Howley, Joe Kalinko, DeMarcus Ware, Ken Riley, and then Zach Thomas.
I think that's a pretty solid list of the people that I know.
Yeah.
Joe Thomas was a great tackle for the Browns.
Yeah.
Revis locked down.
Yeah.
Revis Island.
I remember back in the day. A lot of y'all kids I don't even know about Revis Island.
I had the shoes.
Yeah.
I had the Revis Island shoes.
For real? Okay.
Yes,
all right.
They was comfortable.
Were they comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
a lot of guys don't even remember a Darren Revis.
Yeah.
Because of like I said, the cornerback position had changed so much now. But yeah, he was Revis Island, man. That was a real thing back in the day. Yeah. For sure.
Revis Island. And Zach Thomas, great middle linebacker. DeMarcus Ware, great end.
Yeah.
I think DeMarcus Ware from Alabama. Or I think he went to Troy State at the time, but Troy. But great players.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see my boy God dang, I forgot his name now. Oh, Hines Ward. I'm ready to
Hines Ward.
Hines Ward to get, inducted.
Yeah.
He's pretty much on his later years of
I think he's one of the 2024.
He's been up for it for a while now.
Yeah. I think 2024 is when he gets it. I think he gets in.
Yeah.
I was glad to see Rondé Barber in there.
Great cornerback.
And his brother, Tiki Barber being a great running back too as well.
For sure.
He'll be in for sure. Like I said, Joe Thomas didn't surprise me. Pretty much the list they had, like I said, I thought it was a great list for this year. Zach Thomas, I remember because my dad, he's a huge Miami Dolphins fan. So when Jason Taylor was playing there and Zach Thomas, like that was they 1-2 punch on defense. You had D end, and you had the linebacker spot. DeMarcus Ware, great career with the Cowboys and with the Broncos. Of course, he got his ring with the Broncos, but still, one of the greats to do it with the Cowboys. So I think that was a great list. Wasn't didn't shock me too much with the names, and but like I said, Hines Ward definitely one that I want to see him get in. And I know he eventually will. But I always wonder, like, how do they decide? I feel like with basketball,
it's no criteria. If we ever talk about this, we got to have Tim on here because he's been going crazy about this. About basketball. So, he's been going crazy about like who made it this year. So whenever we decide to do basketball,
we do basketball. So Tim, we watching. We got you coming on.
He has his own criteria.
I want to hear.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. Okay, because I definitely did hear what he thinks. Because I do wonder that, like, I'm trying to. I really sometimes, like, even with any professional sport, when they start talking about Hall of Fame
accolades,
so it's more different. Individual accolades is what gets you in versus. Or I'm talking about at what like. How do they dictate with the accolades when you're supposed to get in? Because, like, okay, let's say DeMarcus Ware, he's a 3-time, winning Super Bowl champion, but yet it took him 8 years after he retired to get into the Hall of Fame. So I'm like, so how do they know who's supposed to go in and who's not supposed to?
I think you're supposed to wait. I think it's 8 to 10 years after you retire one.
Okay.
And then, like I said, I guess it do come on accolades because Megatron didn't win the championship.
Yeah.
But yet, he...
Yeah.
His numbers.
He had Hall of Fame numbers.
Yeah, Darrell Revis, same thing. That's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Joe Thomas. Pretty much the Cleveland legend right there. He walked down the streets of Cleveland and his gold paid for him.
No, that's true.
So
I agree.
Same thing with DeMarcus Ware. I don't know how long he's been there for. Maybe this is his first year too. But I guess it's just accolades and they're in their prime.
Okay. Yeah,
I think NFL and MLB is the hardest to get into.
Yeah,
basketball. I just think they just. lets them in.
Yeah, I think too. Like you said, based off of, at your prime of your career, how I guess you could say either how dominant or how effective you were with the time that you were there. And even like I said, even if you didn't win, but you still affected the game, or you changed the game or whatever you did. While you was in there for that 10, 12, years of run, I think that's what they kind of based off. They kind of based off of. So that's why, like you talking about, the personal accolades do matter when it comes to that.
And team accolades. So I was listening to Mike Tomlin talk. I think it was on one of the podcasts, and he talked about the Steelers won in I think it was 06, and then turned around and won it in 09 or something like that. And then it was up again in like 10 or 11.
Okay.
And he said if that third one, he said that whole team pretty much would have been Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, they had a dynasty.
Yeah, that's true.
But, you know, they won two, and it's selective of who got in there off of that too.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about, you know, next year's 2024 class.
Okay.
So you got about 40 different players right now eligible for the, you know, for Hall of Fame. So let's just run through. We ain't gonna run through all 40, of course, but let's just run through a few and let's talk about who we think, you know, will they get in, or, you know, will they not? All right, so you got your first one, Julius Peppers, edge rusher.
I think he would get in.
For all his years with Carolina.
I think he would get in. With Zach Thomas getting in, I think he can get in.
Okay. Then we got tight end Antonio Gates.
He would get in.
Yeah, I think
at one point he was like top 3 tight ends.
Yeah. But it was him and Tony Gonzalez at one point in the NFL where they was top 2. And then all his, you know, all the great years he had with LaDainian Thomas when he was in San Diego with Antonio at Antonio's prime. Because I think he'll definitely get in. We got safety Eric Berry.
First ballot?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's hard. I'm like 50-50 on that.
50-50 on him too, yeah. I'm if he don't,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I won't be surprised, but like I said, I don't know if this next year is the year. I don't know.
They might pull somebody that
played
with leather helmets out and be like, here's the safety for it.
And then we have the DN Halota Nada.
Oh yeah, for Baltimore. He was
solid. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on him. I don't know. If he gets in.
Yeah. Or if he do, it's because of culture.
Yeah, because of culture. Yeah. All right. Then we got Jamal Charles, running back.
Nah.
I don't think it's his. You think it's his year?
Nah.
Okay. Then we got Brandon Marshall. Now, when I saw Brandon Marshall, I was like, I don't know. I think at one point when he played with the Broncos, I think he was trending Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But then towards the end of his career when he went to Chicago and all that, I don't know if that was because he started having injuries. I don't know. But when he was with the Broncos, for sure, to me, I think he was showing that was his peak when he was with the Broncos. Him and Jay Cutler.
Yeah. I mean, he traveled with Jay Cutler wherever they went. He went. He has numbers. I don't think his numbers is equivalent to some of these other wide receiver numbers. I wouldn't say this year. Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe next year. But like I said, don't get me wrong. I think he's,
great wide receiver.
One of the great wide receivers. Yeah. I say the injury bug got him. But like I said, when he was in his prime and his peak, I think he was one of the best especially when you're talking about just reception receivers, like being able to just catch the ball no matter what. One defender, two defenders, bad pass, good, when he got his hands on the ball, you didn't have to worry about him dropping balls because he didn't drop a lot of passes.
Balls.
Yeah. Hey man, so
you said it.
So before we got on today, I was reading through the comments on some of our videos and some of our reels and shorts that we got out there, and one of them it speaks to what you just did. He said, "Hey man, every time we talking about sports, it ain't got to be a pause moment," and I agree with him. And because I was just talking about footballs right there, man. So yeah, every time it ain't got to be a pause, man. I'm talking about footballs.
All right.
All right. Next one, we got guard.
I know, right? Hey, I see other podcasts when they do that. They be like, "Hey, yo," like,
like, what are you doing, my man, my guy? Hold on. All right, so then we got Josh Sinton.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's a guard. Then you got DN or defensive tackle Kyle Williams.
I don't know him.
You got Max Unger.
He'll probably make it. I know him.
Yeah, I know Max Unger.
Yeah.
Derek Johnson. I know he played linebacker. Derek Johnson. Yeah. I think he eventually gets in. I don't know if it's next year.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we got DN Muhammad Wilkerson.
He was pretty solid for the Jets.
He was solid. Yep.
Yeah.
I would say he's solid. And you got cornerback Brent Grimes.
No.
You don't think he gets in?
Nah.
Okay. Then you got Phil Dawson, kicker. I think he gets in.
He would definitely get in.
I think he gets in. You got Donnie Jones, punter.
He got to be punting 60-yard punts or something like that.
You got running back Doug Martin. Don't know if he gets in.
I don't think he will.
Then you got Pac-Man Adam Jones.
Not first ballot.
Yeah, I think
especially when he had legal issues.
Yeah, I think his off the field stuff will affect his Hall of Fame induction. And then you got safety Reggie Nelson. Don't think so. We got another safety, Glover Quinn.
I remember him, but I don't think so.
I don't think so. Now this kicker, Sebastian Janikowski, definitely
first
for sure in.
Yeah,
I mean, one of the best kickers to ever grace the football field, especially with his distance.
Yeah,
he's kicking. He was kicking, 60-yard field goal like it was nothing.
Yeah.
So definitely he gets in. We got Talvin Smith, running back. I don't think he gets in. Then we got, Greg Hardy. I don't know. I think, Greg, like I said, he moved on and he started doing mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
So I don't think he gets in. I know he's eligible, but I don't think he gets in. We'll go through a few more and then we'll move on. All right.
The name at the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Really?
He only played like 8 years.
So for everybody that's wondering what name he's talking about Andrew Luck.
That's hard.
So you don't think Andrew Luck gets in? I think he gets in.
Not first ballot.
I think he gets in.
Not first ballot. No. Not first ballot.
So you think his time of play?
Yeah.
How long he plays not enough time?
Yeah.
You think 8 years not enough?
No. I don't think he really did.
But I think the reason why he gets in is because he didn't retire just because of I'm just retiring. He retired because of health reasons.
Yeah.
And then being a part of the Colts and going through all what he went through, I think that would pushed him into retirement. But I think outside of that, I mean, if you look at his play, it's
solid.
Second coming of Peyton Manning.
Yeah. He would have won a championship.
That's what I'm saying.
But
especially now with
he just doesn't have the resume like other quarterbacks does. Okay. Like you put his resume up against, I can't even say that, other Hall of Famers. It's mid.
Yeah. Okay. I still think he gets in.
Nah, not first ballot.
You don't think so? What about then we got Jordy Nelson, wide receiver from Green Bay that played with Aaron Rodgers.
Got a Super Bowl ring.
I think he gets in.
First ballot, no.
You don't think so? Really? So you think he second ballot?
Probably not even second.
So not even second?
Yeah.
Like third?
Probably on down there, yeah.
Man, you think
if Hinesworth's not in, I don't think Jordy Nelson is gonna get in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see
Hinesworth got 2 rings too.
I can see that. Then we got our hometown local boy, Doug Baldwin. Think Doug Baldwin gets in?
Oh.
Play for Seattle.
Not first ballot.
So
Pensacola?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like Milton or something like that.
It's like he's Pensacola.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's Pensacola. We'll keep it there. But I think if you're talking first ballot, I don't think so. But I think maybe second ballot because I don't know, if he's strictly going in under the wide receiver.
Oh,
because he also did return.
Well, you can't even do that because Devin Hester's not in. The greatest returner of all time.
That's true. Okay, that is true. I ain't think about that. And then we'll do a few more and then we're done. All right, so we got. Throw this one. I'll see what you think about it. Matt Castle.
No.
You don't think Matt Castle makes it? Okay. What else we got in here? We got Derek Anderson. I don't think Derek Anderson makes it. Then we got wide receiver Mike Wallace. I don't think he makes it. And then the last one we'll go over. Let's do Vontae Davis, cornerback. You think he makes it?
Man, quit at halftime. No, that's Butler.
Yeah, that's Butler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Okay. All right.
It was a name on that.
Who?
Say that I thought maybe would possibly.
Who?
TJ Long, probably.
TJ Long?
Yeah.
Or TJ Lang, you mean?
Lang, yeah.
TJ Lang? Okay. Sam Shields, cornerback. Okay. Yeah, you got Chris Ivory on there, but I don't think Chris not first ballot. I don't think he.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they got. They got a good good list. Like say 40 players worth of football guys,
and that's not even including the people that's still waiting to
get in. I said this is kind of they're just saying these are guys that are eligible, of course, for an opportunity to be on the ballot. But like I say, you still gotta look at the guys like I said that have missed out these last few years, so they'll be on there. So I think a lot of these guys, like you say now, a lot of these guys will get pushed to their second, maybe even third ballot before they actually get the look that they're looking for. So, all right, man. So I think we're coming to the end of this episode. I think, like I said, when it comes to the running back position, it's in a tough space right now. Now in this season coming up, do you really see any drop off in the position, or do you still see, high performances from Darren Henrys of the world, like you said, them 100+ running games and almost 2,000 yards rushing? Do you still think you see that in production wise this year for the running back, or do you see some fall off because of everything going on with the running back?
I think it's going to be the same as it was last year, maybe a little less. Yeah. But I think it's going to be fine.
Okay.
But you do have teams like Philly got 6 running back committee.
Yeah.
Miami, same thing.
Yeah.
They got a committee.
Yeah.
Who else got a committee?
And I think a lot of that too, because like I said, not so much they're going to be doing our running of the ball. I think it's because of how much passing they're going to be doing. So they need different type of running backs that can do different things in their offense.
For sure. Yeah.
Especially in Philly. Like I said, with Jalen being the center point of that offense. That's another thing too I'm noticing now, because of the running back falling into the wayside like it is, the quarterback is even more important. Because you look at all the teams around the league, I don't really see too many teams struggling with that position anymore.
Yeah.
Stuff like the Commanders, Tampa Bay. But I know they say Baker Mayfield's gonna be the number one. He gonna start, but I don't know.
They just hoping for Caleb Williams.
You think so? Yeah. Think they're gonna try to tank this season for Caleb Williams
as well?
Wow.
If you put your trust in Baker Mayfield, you're doing something. You're not trying to win.
So hold on. You don't now Baker. Let's be clear now. Baker he did good with the Rams, and what happened in Cleveland? I mean, we already know Cleveland was a mess at that time when he left Cleveland.
Yeah, no, they're tanking.
Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to get somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I'm Mike Evans. Hey, get me out of here, coach. Chris Godwin, get me out of here, coach.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. Because like I say, I know they're high on Baker right now, but I don't know how he have a couple games where it's
Kyle Trask coming in.
Yeah, it's sad about saying that I can see them going back and forth between the two of them.
Yeah,
all year long. Like I said, because everybody else pretty much. I mean, Chicago, we know, they solidified in their position. L.A. Rams, L.A. Chargers, they're all solidified. Arizona solidified, Cleveland solidified. So it's like
I don't think Arizona is fully solidified, but
you think?
I think Kyler Murray will be on the chopping block here within the next 2 years.
Well, I mean, I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree. He got to make something happen. But I'm just saying, right now he is the number one.
Yeah.
Even coming off an injury, he's gonna be number one. I mean, of course, you got Buffalo, you got Kansas City, everybody, San Francisco. San Francisco, they kind of in a little bit of a competition, I think. But I think eventually it's gonna be Trey Lance. I think he's gonna eventually win that job back. That's my prediction.
I think it's gonna be other guy.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll have to wait and see. But I think like you say, with the way things are trending quarterback wise, that's why I think they're so more focal on that. And it's like, hey man, we can get a running back from anywhere to come in and catch balls out the backfield. As long as
that should be a double pause. All right, that's it for our episode. Won't you guys like, share, subscribe, follow us on YouTube.
I can't do it with you today. John, I can't even, now he got me questioning, talking now. I'm glad we coming to the end, because I'm really tripping on how to talk right now. Oh, hey man, yes, that's gonna bring us to the end of the episode. We want to thank y'all for watching. As always, make sure you comment down below. Let us know what you think of today's episode, and let us know what you think about the NFL owners versus the running backs.
Give us y'all top 5 running backs in the league right now.
Top 5 running backs. Run it down in the comment section on Facebook and also on YouTube. As you watch this episode, let us know what you think, because like I said, I know it's a very touchy subject between the NFL owners and the running backs. They want to get paid. Owners don't want to pay them. So we'll have to see what happens. But I am still excited for NFL to be back around. I try to watch preseason a little bit.
It's so much going on.
It's so much going on.
8 games on.
Yeah, it's so much going on, and so many people trying to make teams, and so it's just too much. So I'm just glad to see that it's come back around. Like you said, college football, which we're gonna be talking about on our next episode, it's come back around. But as always, I want to thank y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, because it definitely helps move the platforms. Follow us on our other social media platform, which will be listed down below in our description. But until next time, we'll see y'all next episode. Peace.